Your uncle spoke in baby voice pretending to be afraid but then started laughing but then suddenly. Around 20 people in black suit came. They were Jungkook's bodyguards. Seeing them your uncle. And you frown thinking who they are but Taehyung just smirked because he already knows them. Uncle, who are they and who you are? He spoke in scared tone. Fear was clearing visible on his face. Jungkook's smirk widened seeing his men scared. Jungkook, they are my guards and if you and your men didn't leave don't blame me for being rude. Uncle, your uncle tried to threaten Jungkook but he is not going to be threatened. His smirk only widened more. Jungkook, you can try, smirk. Uncle, you will regret. Jungkook, we will see who will regret. And suddenly Jungkook pulled you closer to him by your waist. You looked at him in complete shock. Always remember that now she is my wife. If you again tried to threaten her, I will make sure you pay. Jungkook spoke in calm yet dangerous voice. Your heart fluttered. Even though he don't know you, he stand up for you. You felt happy. After warning your uncle left. Once your uncle left you took a deep breath. Why, and thank you for protecting me. Jungkook, he spoke coldly. You looked down but again looked up at him when he spoke. Jungkook, mind explaining. He again spoke coldly. Taehyung also looked you with same look on his face. He asked for explanation but you still didn't spoke anything. You don't know how to explain and what to explain. You again just looked down. Jungkook took a deep breath and then spoke. Jungkook, fine. No need to explain anything but I hope you knows that this all happened as a misunderstanding and whatever I said to your uncle is just to save you from him. Nothing more, nothing less. Jungkook spoke coldly. You felt hurt but at the same time you knows that this is what truth is. So, you also replied to him in cold tone not showing the hurt. Why, and I understand. You don't need to worry about anything. I will pretend that this all never happened. Jungkook, that's what is good for you. Suddenly Taehyung's phone ringed and you both looked at him. Taehyung looked at the caller eyed. And did an eye gesture to Jungkook which you didn't understand. Jungkook took a deep sigh and nodded his head in yes. Jungkook, let's go Taehyung and also you, looking at you, I hope you will keep your promise and will not tell anyone and forget all this. You just nodded your head in yes though his cold tone hurted you. After that Jungkook and Taehyung left from there. Once they left, your tears that you are holding all this time start falling. You know that you must not be feeling hurt but the strong girl inside you isn't strong anymore. You wiped your tears. Why, you can't be weak. You cannot. You must be strong for your brother. Who will take care of him if you will break down like this? It's okay, everything will be fine. You spoke while wiping your tears. Why, I should go back to find Rohan and my brother. Uncle will not bother us anymore. I will leave with Saksham for Korea as soon as possible. At Rohan's home, two people sitting on the couch worriedly, continuously tapping their foot on the floor. Rohan thought, why, and still not here. Why she is taking so much time? Did something bad? No, she might have forget the way but still it's already 2 hours. Saksham, Rohan Baya where is why, and Didi when she will come? Rohan, smile, she will come very soon how about you play video game till then? Saksham, no I want why, ND, when she will come you are saying she is coming from past 2 hours. Rohan, Saksham, but before he can complete suddenly doorbell ring. He quickly got up to see who came. As soon as Rohan opened the gate he saw you standing there and he quickly hugged you without any second thought. You are standing there in your bridal attire but he didn't thought much as he thought that you might have run into your bridal clothes only. Rohan, why, and finally you here. Do you even know for how long we are waiting? Saksham keeps on asking. Suddenly Rohan stopped in midway when he noticed your forehead and neck. He frowned and looked at you confusingly when he saw your forehead filled with vermilion and necklace around your neck. Rohan, why, and this? You understood what he meant. Why, and I will tell you everything later Rohan. You spoke and he nodded his head in yes. He quickly make a way for you to come inside and closed the door. You came inside and as soon as Saksham saw you he quickly ran to you and hugged you. Saksham, finally you are here I am waiting for so long. You smiled at him and caressed his lovingly. Why, and you didn't annoy Rohan by your right. Saksham, yes I didn't. Why, and good. Rohan also come inside and looked at you caressing your brother's hair gently. He smiled looking at brother-sister duo. Then he spoke. Rohan, why, and you change your clothes. You must be not very comfortable in those heavy clothes. I had arranged some clothes for you. They are in the guest room. You nodded your head and went to change your clothes. Taehyung and Jungkook came back to hotel with their bodyguards. Jungkook asked everyone to pack their things. After packing Taehyung came to Jungkook's room. Taehyung, are we really leaving? He asked in questionable tone. Jungkook didn't pay much attention to him and spoke while his all focus was still on packing. Jungkook, yes, but why are you asking this? Taehyung, Jungkook are you sure about your decision? Jungkook, yes. Taehyung, no. I mean not the decision of leaving but the decision about your marriage. Jungkook, yes. I am marrying Leah and that's final. He spoke while still not paying or getting bothered too much. Taehyung took a deep sigh and rolled his eyes. Taehyung, no. I am talking about that girl YN. As soon as Taehyung spoke your name he stopped for a moment and looked up at Taehyung with cold eyes. Jungkook, we both know that it was a misunderstanding. Taehyung, but still. Jungkook, I know but you know I am not interested in this marriage and stuff. Even marriage with Leah is a business deal. Also, she also agreed. Taehyung, but what if she did that because she don't want to cause trouble for you? What if? Jungkook cut him in between and spoke. Jungkook, enough of your ifs and buts Taehyung. I said that it was all a misunderstanding. You should forget all that like a dream. And don't ever talk about this all again. Taehyung again rolled his eyes at his friend and left the room slamming the door harshly. Once Taehyung left Jungkook took a deep sigh and sat on the bed. Jungkook, am I doing wrong? But then he suddenly shrugged his thoughts and nodded his head sideways and again starts packing his stuffs. Your uncle went back to his home after he left the wedding venue. As soon as he reached home, your aunt approached him. Your uncle looked at her and an old man who was going to be your husband sitting there. Aunt, where is Yn? Uncle, she ran away. Aunt, what? Now what we will do? You know he, pointing to old man, is so angry and asking his money back. Uncle, what? Aunt, yes. Then that old man came to both and spoke. Old man, you both return my money. Uncle, sir, that girl ran away. How we are at fault. Old man, I don't care, I want my money back. Aunt, but how will we return so much money right now? Old man, fine then become my slaves. You will both work for me till you return the money. Uncle, but sir. Old man, no more words. Guards. That old man shouted and few people came inside. They were having a well-built body and wearing black. Old man, drag these two to my workers' mill and make them work like animals until they return all the money along with interest. Guard, yes sir. Aunt, no sir, please give us some time, we will. Old man, shut up. And also take their signature on all the property papers. I will sell their property just in case they dies before paying up all the money. They are already old. He scoffed and then left. Guards start dragging them both. They both kept on screaming for help and mercy, but little did any of them get affected. And I guess this is my own deeds which are now coming back to me. I treated Yn as slave and now I am being treated as the same. Uncle, yes, because of greediness of money I sold Yn and now because of the same money I am being sold as slave. At night, it was already night and Jungkook and Taehyung are ready to leave India. Jungkook have this uneasy feeling that he is not at all understanding. He is feeling guilty but he don't know the reason. They are on the airport waiting for the flight. Sitting in the room you are patting your brother's head who is sleeping peacefully in your lap. Then, suddenly Rohan entered the room. You gave him a smile. Rohan smiled back at you. Rohan, is he sleeping? Yn, yeah, slept just now. Rohan, then shall we talk? Rohan spoke more in questionable manner. You understood that he wanted to ask about Vermilion and Mongol Sutra. You sighed and nodded you head in yes. You put your brother on bed and placed a pillow under his head and then went to living room with Rohan. Rohan, Yn, I know what you wanted to ask. I will tell you. Rohan, it's okay if you are not comfortable. Yn, no, let me tell you. So what happened is, then you told him the whole story about how you ran and then how your uncle's men chased you, then how you and Jungkook get married because of a misunderstanding and how he protected you and how he left saying everything is misunderstanding and must forget like a dream. Rohan heard everything calmly. After you finished it was complete silence. Rohan broke the silence. Rohan, now what next? You bite your lips in nervousness and then spoke. Yn, I am going back Yo Korea and taking Saksham with me. Rohan, what? Rohan asked being completely shocked. Rohan, no, what I mean is now you continue your job here only. What's the problem? Yn, yes. I know, but what if uncle tried to harm us or you because of us? I can't take risk. Rohan, you. Yn, I had already applied a visa and passport for Saksham. As soon as it is done I will leave. Rohan, if this is your final decision then I will support you. Rohan smiled at you and you smiled back at him. Yn, Rohan. Rohan, Yn, thank you so much for being always with me. Thank you for trusting me and helping me. Thank you so much. I will never forget this. You eyes becomes teary while saying all this. Rohan, hey don't cry Yn. We are childhood best friends. Don't cry Yn, nodded head in yes. Rohan, by the way what have you thought about Jungkook? Yn, I don't know. Rohan, go and sleep. It's already late. Yn, you too. Good night. Rohan, good night. Then Yn left from there. Rohan looked at your leaving figure. Rohan, why God always pulls you away from me? First your uncle and aunt and now you are married. Do I not deserve you or is it our destiny to be away always? Rohan sighed and left for his room too. At airport. Announcement, may I have your attention please, the flight no. SKIN 888 from India to South Korea is ready to leave. The passengers are requested to board the flight. Thank you. As soon as Jungkook and Taehyung heard the announcement they left to board the flight. After completing all the formalities they sat on their seats in business class. Jungkook looked outside the plane and saw moon was shining. Jungkook, is it full moon today? Moon is looking beautiful. A smile crept on his face. Suddenly your thoughts hit at him. He remembered the day when he came to India and he helped you by exchanging seats. Then in a series he start remembering all the events, how you collided with him outside the tarot shop, you in bridal attire, holding hands with you, helping you, then protecting you from your uncle. He smiled remembering everything. Then he remembered how he told you to forget everything. Suddenly a feeling of guilt rushed in him. Jungkook thought, why am I feeling this? That all was a misunderstanding. Then why did I really did wrong by asking her to forget everything, but the truth is none of us want this marriage. Then why? He again looked outside at moon. You are standing in the balcony of the room and looking at the moon. It is full moon night today. And moon is shining brightly. You smiled looking at the moon. And thought, why am I feeling bad? What am I sad? Why I can't accept the fact that it was all a misunderstanding. He was right, I should forget everything like a dream. It was my dream to meet my idol, and when I met him finally, I got married to him and now I had to forget him like a dream. God please help me. You looked at moon and closed your eyes and remembered all the moments with Jungkook and a smile crept on your face. You opened your eyes again and looked at moon again. Jungkook, why am I feeling this way? What are you doing to me and making me feels this way? Why am I feeling this way? What are you doing to me and making me feels this way? Rohan thought, I know why, and somewhere deep in your heart you had already accepted Jungkook as your husband. I did saw how your eyes sparkled when you mentioned him and how your voice becomes dull when you told about him telling you to forget everything. Only if I was there.